Sure, here's a 3,000-word script for an 18-minute YouTube video about the 2025 Toyota Land Cruiser Prado, tailored for the Motor Authority channel. There's a name that's been synonymous with toughness, durability, and off-road capability for decades, the Toyota Land Cruiser. It's more than just an SUV, it's a legacy. And for 2025, Toyota has brought the iconic Prado variant back into the spotlight with a fresh perspective, one that blends its rugged roots with modern tech and a bold new personality. In this deep dive, we're unpacking everything you need to know about the 2025 Toyota Land Cruiser Prado, from its design and platform to performance, features, and how it compares to the competition. So buckle in, because this one's for the purists, the adventurers, and everyone in between. The 2025 Toyota Land Cruiser Prado marks a pivotal shift for the SUV. It's no longer trying to be all things to all people. Instead, Toyota has dialed into what made the Prado so beloved in the first place, its off-road DNA. The design, the engineering, and even the available powertrains all reflect a back-to-basics philosophy, with just the right dash of modern flair. Let's start with the platform, because that's where the biggest transformation happens. The new Prado sits on Toyota's TNGA-F platform, the same rugged, body-on-frame architecture that underpins the larger 300 series Land Cruiser and the new Tundra. This isn't just a facelift, it's a ground-up overhaul. The move to TNGA-F brings substantial benefits: increased rigidity, improved ride quality, and better safety performance. But perhaps most importantly, it sets the foundation for a more capable and confident off-roader. Dimensionally, the new Prado is slightly longer and wider than its predecessor, but with a boxier silhouette and more upright stance. The design screams function, with short overhangs, high ground clearance, and squared-off fenders that allow for better approach and departure angles. The retro-inspired styling cues, like the round LED headlights and horizontal grille, are a clear nod to the classic Land Cruisers of the 1980s and 90s. This isn't just about nostalgia, it's about honoring the lineage. Step inside, and the interior reflects a similar philosophy, rugged and modern. The layout is simple, intuitive, and built to last. High-quality materials are everywhere, but there's a purposeful lack of unnecessary gloss or glam. It feels like a tool designed for the trail. The dashboard is dominated by a large touchscreen infotainment system, available in both 8-inch and 12.3-inch variants, depending on the trim. And thankfully, Toyota has retained physical buttons and knobs for key functions. Climate controls, drive modes, and off-road settings are all easily accessible. Toyota's latest infotainment system brings wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, cloud-based navigation, over-the-air updates, and a much snappier user interface compared to previous generations. It's functional and fast, though still not quite as intuitive as some rivals from Europe or Korea. Now, let's talk seating and space. The Prado is available in both 5 and 7-seat configurations, depending on market and trim. The front seats are supportive, with a commanding view of the road, or the trail, while the second row offers plenty of legroom for adults. The third row, as expected, is best suited for kids or occasional use, but it's there if you need it. Cargo space is ample, and with the third row folded, you're looking at a cavernous load bay that's perfect for road trips or hauling gear into the wilderness. Under the hood, the 2025 Prado offers a range of powertrains globally, but the headline act is the 2.4-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder hybrid, shared with the new Tacoma and Land Cruiser 250. It pairs a turbo petrol engine with an electric motor, producing a combined output of 326 horsepower and 630 Nm of torque. That's a huge leap from the naturally aspirated V6 of the outgoing model, and it's delivered with impressive smoothness thanks to the 8-speed automatic transmission. This hybrid setup isn't just about performance, it's about efficiency. Toyota claims significant improvements in fuel economy compared to the older V6 and diesel engines. For a vehicle of this size and capability, getting north of 10 km per liter in real-world driving is a big deal. Plus, the instant torque from the electric motor helps tremendously when off-roading or towing. Depending on the region, Toyota also offers a 2.8-liter turbo diesel 4-cylinder, a carryover from the previous generation but with some updates for better refinement and emissions. There's also a non-hybrid version of the 2.4-liter turbo petrol in select markets. However, it's clear that Toyota sees hybrid as the future for this model, especially in markets with tightening emission standards. When it comes to driving, the new Prado impresses with a blend of comfort and capability. On road, the ride is composed and compliant, a marked improvement over the outgoing model, which could feel a bit jittery on pavement. The new suspension setup and stiffer chassis make a big difference here. It still has that truck-like feel. It's no unibody crossover, but it's far more refined than before. Off-road, it's everything you'd expect from a Land Cruiser. The Prado comes with full-time four-wheel drive, a 2-speed transfer case, locking rear differential, and Toyota's multi-terrain select system. The latter allows you to tailor throttle, braking, and traction control settings based on conditions, whether that's mud, sand, rocks, or snow. There's also crawl control, which acts like off-road cruise control, allowing the Prado to inch its way over tricky obstacles with minimal input from the driver. Approach, departure, and breakover angles have all improved slightly, thanks to the new platform and design. Ground clearance sits at around 220 mm, and Toyota offers underbody protection, recovery points, and off-road tires on higher trims. Whether you're rock crawling in Moab or navigating flooded trails in Southeast Asia, the Prado is built for it. Safety has also taken a leap forward. The Prado comes standard with Toyota Safety Sense 3.0, which includes adaptive cruise control, lane keeping assist, blind spot monitoring, rear cross traffic alert, and pre-collision braking with pedestrian and cyclist detection. The new platform also improves crash performance and side impact protection. Now, let's talk trims and pricing. The Prado is available in several grades, depending on market, from the base variant with cloth seats and steel wheels, all the way up to premium models with leather upholstery, JBL audio, panoramic sunroof, and more. In North America, it's being marketed simply as the Land Cruiser, while in other markets like Australia, the Middle East, and parts of Asia, it retains the Prado badge. Pricing varies widely, but in the US, the new Land Cruiser is expected to start around $55,000, with fully loaded models pushing into the mid-$70,000 range. That puts it squarely in competition with vehicles like the Ford Bronco, Jeep Wrangler Rubicon, Land Rover Defender 110, and even the Lexus GX, which, funnily enough, shares much of its hardware with the Prado. So how does it stack up against the competition? Against the Bronco and Wrangler, the Prado offers a more refined driving experience, superior build quality, and Toyota's legendary reliability. It may not have the aftermarket support or removable doors and roof of those vehicles, but it counters with a level of polish and versatility that's hard to beat. Against the Land Rover Defender, the Prado is less luxurious, but more affordable and arguably more dependable in the long run. The Defender wins in tech and on-road performance, but for those planning long overland trips or remote adventures, the Toyota's global support network and mechanical simplicity are strong advantages. And compared to the Lexus GX, which is now more premium than ever, the Prado is the more honest off-roader. It's the one you won't feel bad about scratching on a trail. It's also a bit cheaper and, depending on spec, even more capable off the pavement. Now, let's talk philosophy. Because the 2025 Prado isn't just a vehicle, it's a statement. Toyota has heard the call from enthusiasts around the world who wanted a real Land Cruiser, not an overstyled luxury SUV, but a genuine, go-anywhere machine with soul. And that's what they've delivered. By keeping the design rugged, the interior simple, and the focus squarely on capability, Toyota is betting on a market that values authenticity over excess. The hybrid powertrain is a smart evolution, one that enhances the Prado's capability while preparing it for the next decade of regulatory challenges. It's not chasing luxury brands or trying to be trendy. It's sticking to what made the name legendary in the first place. In a world of increasingly digital and delicate SUVs, the Prado feels refreshingly analog, even as it embraces new tech. It's the SUV you can trust when the weather turns, when the pavement ends, or when everything else fails. It's not perfect, the third row is tight, and the infotainment still has quirks, but it's hard to argue with the overall package. So who is the 2025 Toyota Land Cruiser Prado for? It's for the adventurer who still values durability over flash. For the family that wants something they can rely on, day in and day out. For the weekend warrior who actually uses four-wheel drive. And for the enthusiast who knows the difference between marketing and true capability. The 2025 Prado isn't just a return to form, it's a bold step forward. A fusion of the old and the new. And for Toyota, it's a chance to remind the world what a real SUV looks like. So whether you're looking to conquer mountains, explore deserts, or just make the school run in something a little more interesting, the new Prado might just be the right tool for the job. Let me know if you'd like to add visual cues or tailor it for a particular audience like Indian buyers or off-road enthusiasts.